Hey there, we are going to teach you how to make a website step by step for your business. If you haven't created a WordPress website before, don't worry. This step-by-step walkthrough is designed for people with zero experience. You do not need to know any coding whatsoever. You will learn the easy way to set up and manage this awesome website you see here within this one complete tutorial. This is the WordPress website we will be teaching you how to create. It has an appealing drop-down menu, a rotating image section, home page panels that link to their corresponding pages, a dynamic Google map so customers can easily find you, now all of this, including the images, text, links, everything is easily configurable through the WordPress dashboard with zero technical knowledge, and we'll guide you through it. The design is responsive. That means the layout changes based on screen size, which means it is mobile and tablet friendly. Here, let me show you something quickly that's going to blow your mind. I want you to grab your phone and go to jimslocalbusiness.com. Have a browse around. I'm sure you're going to be impressed. You'll see that due to the responsive nature of the design, the layout has changed. The three homepage boxes have dropped under each other. So is the map. And the map's still dynamic, by the way. So that's excellent for users who are on the go and looking for your place of business. The menu, first tap shows you the drop down, second tap takes you to that page. So it's extremely user friendly. By the way, this is the same for a tablet device, so if you've got a tablet, grab that and have a look around. The slider images still work. By the way, we're thinking of offering a service in the future where we set up the design and configure your entire website, so all you need to do is add content. If you're interested in that, keep an eye out for a link. Or you can follow along with this video and you'll have this set up within the next hour or two. You can also choose to make your website the full width of the page, like so. This is possible through just a simple setting change. As you can see, it's professional, modern and appealing. Plus, it's mobile and tablet friendly. How much would you expect to pay for this? $3,000, $4,000, sometimes more? Guys, with the web agency you probably will. With this step-by-step tutorial, I'll show you how to set this up yourself, including the design, for nothing more than a few dollars for absolute bare essentials. And the hour it takes you to follow along with this video. You just need to know how to use a computer and an internet browser. In the future, we might start offering a service to set up and configure the site, so all you need to do is add content. Keep an eye out for that if interested. Let's get started. Here are a few notable businesses that use WordPress, the exact same platform I'll show you how to use. The reason they do that is because it's extremely user-friendly, and everything can be configured without any technical knowledge. Let's list what we need to cover in this video so we can tick them off as we go along. First, you need to get a .com address. This is going to be your unique address on the internet. People will visit your website .com. 2. We need to get reliable web hosting. A web host is where your website's files will be stored. Without web hosting, when somebody goes to your .com, nothing will show up on the page. Third, we show you how to install WordPress. Number 4, we'll install the awesome design we just showed you. Number 5, we'll take you through setting up your homepage and all other content step by step, and we'll walk you through it every bit of the way. This will also teach you how to come back and edit your content at a future date. WordPress makes everything very easy to add, edit, or manage. It's worth noting that the only two things you will have to pay for are the two absolute bare essentials, the .com address on the internet and web hosting. Your .com domain will cost about $11 for a year. Web hosting costs about $5 a month. These are the two absolute bare essentials. You cannot run a website without a .com domain, which is your address on the internet, or a web host. Installing WordPress, that won't cost you anything. Installing that awesome design we showed you, won't cost you a thing. And setting up your homepage and all other content won't cost you anything either. Just wanted to make that clear. Let's start with the first thing on the list, getting your .com. Let's get our .com domain name. To do that, go to www.namecheap.com. Now, who are Namecheap? Basically, they are a domain registration company, and they allow you to register your own .com domain name, so your business name .com. And when you sign up for an account with them, it will allow you to manage that domain within your own account. So you'll own your domain 100%, and you'll be able to manage it every year when it comes time for renewal. The reason I recommend Namecheap is because I've been using them for years, for about 7 or 8 years, and they're one of the most reliable and most easy to manage domain registration companies that I have used. The first thing you need to do when you get here is sign up for an account. Like I said, when you sign up for an account, you'll be able to manage your domain within that account. Enter your credentials here, select a username, password, enter your first and last name and email address. I'll just pause this video and come back when I enter all those details. There we go, I've entered all my details. You can select whether to sign up for the newsletter or not. I'll uncheck that and hit create account. Now that we've signed up for an account, we're automatically logged in, as you can see here. On the home page, go into this box here and select the domain you desire for your business. Now, for the purposes of this tutorial, let's try tomsbusiness.com. The service will actually look to see if that domain is already registered or if it's available. As we can see here, tomsbusiness.com is not available. Let's try something else. Yourbusinessname.com. That's also not available. Let's try jimslocalbusiness.com. Now, if you've got a unique business name, there's a low chance that it will already be taken. And jimslocalbusiness.com is available, so we'll go ahead and use that as our sample domain for the purposes of this tutorial. So now we can view cart. Here we can just configure a couple of options. Auto renew basically means that at the end of your 1 year, it will automatically renew your domain for the next year so you don't lose it. Now you can choose to turn that on or off. If you leave it off, that's okay. You'll get notified by email by Namecheap a couple of times before the domain expires, so you will get a chance to renew that domain. But if you want to be safe, just in case, just leave that on. I'll leave it off for now. WhoisGuard is basically just domain privacy. That means nobody can look up your domain and find out your personal details or address. It's offered free for the first year, as you can see here. So you could also choose to turn that on or off for auto renew. And by default, because it's free, let's leave WhoisGuard on when you purchase this domain. Next, we'll confirm order. Here you can view your payment options. There are 3 options available. There's secure credit card payment, there is PayPal payment, and account funds. Now you won't have any funds in your account because it's a new account. So I'm just going to pause this video while I enter my credit card details to purchase this domain here. I'll pause this video, enter my details, and then come back to it. There we go, I've entered my credit card details and also my address. Now we can scroll down and enter the receipt details, just for details on your receipt that you'll receive in your email. Likewise, I'll just pause this video quickly while I do all that. Cool, well that's all done. I've entered my address, phone number, email address, and we can save this information for future use just in case. Scrolling down, we can now just double confirm if you want to automatically renew your services, your domain registration and WhoisGuard. That's up to you. For now, I will leave it unchecked. And then just hit the continue button. Now I've got this confirmation page. I'm not sure why. You may get it or you may not. Maybe because mine's an existing account. I'll just pay now. And the order is processing. And that's it. That's all there is to it. You're now the proud owner of your own .com address on the internet. I'll show you exactly what you need to do next. We can cross that off the list. The next thing we need to do is get a reliable web host. In a new tab, go to www.hostgator.com. Now I just want to give you a brief overview of HostGator. Now that you've bought your .com domain name, which is your address on the internet, what hosting is, it's where your website files are actually stored. So it's where your website will actually exist, all the files and data. Without hosting, your website would not be functional. There would be nothing that loads up on the screen. Now the main reason I choose HostGator for hosting is because it's really easy to set up this website we're working on. When we're going through all the steps, you'll soon see why. Also, the remainder of the steps in this tutorial will be based on our HostGator account. So if you decide to use another hosting provider for whatever reason, that's fine. Just keep in mind that you might not be able to follow the rest of this tutorial step by step. The second reason I choose HostGator is because they're one of the biggest and most reliable in the world. As you can see here, they are hosting more than 9 million domains at the moment. Another thing to keep in mind, they have a 45-day money-back guarantee. That's no questions asked. Plus, if you decide to sign up for a 2 or 3 year plan, but only use them for a shorter amount of time, say a year or 6 months, they'll actually refund the unused portion. So customer service is a very big deal with these guys. They really take care of their customers. They've also got a 24-hour live chat here in case you ever need it. So they're the main reasons why I choose HostGator. and I've been using them for about 7 or 8 years myself and have about 3 different accounts with them. Now, to get your web hosting account, let's just have a look at all the plans available. There's the Hatchling, Baby, and Business plan. The Hatchling is the cheapest. Now, the only real difference between these three, in fact between the first and the second, is that the Hatchling plan only allows you to host a single domain, whereas the Baby plan allows you to host unlimited number of domains. Now, for somebody that's starting the first business website, which is you only need an account for a single domain. Unless you've got multiple businesses and need to host multiple domain names, you do not need a Baby plan. So you can choose the cheapest plan, which is the Hatchling plan. As you can see, the prices differ according to the length that you decide to subscribe for. Like I said earlier, the unused portion does get refunded, so it's completely your choice. If you want to try them out monthly, so pay $7 and try them out for 1 month and see how you go, then that's fine. Or if you're confident and feel like subscribing for a year or 2 years, go for that. I'm actually going to subscribe for 3 years. So I'll click on that, order now. On this page, select the I already own this domain tab and enter the domain we just purchased from Namecheap. In our case, it was jimslocalbusiness.com. HostGator will recommend that you purchase the other extensions, .net, org, etc. You don't need to do that. So just continue down. For billing cycle, I'm going to give you a quick tip here. HostGator automatically gives you a 20% discount off your order. Now I'm going to show you how to get an even bigger discount than their default 20%. If you've chosen 1 month, scroll down, deselect these add-ons because you don't need them. Take a look at your total, which is the $7. But instead of this coupon, enter 1 dirty cent, 1 DIRTYCENT, then click validate. You'll see that you'll get your first month for just 1 cent. On the other hand, if you're selecting any of the other plans, now I'm selecting 36 months. Scroll down, just check the total. It's 178 at the moment. Now go in here and use this coupon code, MYHOSTMOST, MYHOSTMOST. Hit validate. Now look at that price difference. That's a massive difference, and this will work every single time. Now scroll up and enter your billing details. I'm going to pause this video while I enter my billing details as well as username and security PIN. There we go, that's all done. I've selected my username and PIN for this hosting account and entered my billing information as well as credit card information. And that's it. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. Select I agree to these terms and conditions and create account. Just out of disclosure, from time to time we may get a referral commission from the company. Now I'll show you what to do next. The next thing you need to do is open the email account you use to sign up for your HostGator hosting account. you'll receive this confirmation email here, which has a few details. I'll show you how you need to use this information. It's got your billing system login, your control panel, username, password, and name servers. For now, all you need to do is go back to your Namecheap account, the one you use to sign up for your .com domain name. Go to Manage Domains. Click on the domain which you just registered. Transfer DNS to web host. All I need you to do is copy and paste each one of these name servers to your Namecheap account DNS. And save changes. That's it. You can actually go ahead and close all the tabs except your email account. Leave that email open. I now need you to sign in to your control panel. Click that link there. Copy and paste the username and password. And log in. Now this here is known as your HostGator control panel. We can cross that off the list and move on to number 3. Your next step is to install the WordPress platform. Scroll down and find Quick Install. Click on WordPress. Continue. Now your domain should automatically show up in this list. If it doesn't, just select the domain. Leave this field blank. We want to install WordPress in the root directory of your domain, not in an extension of your domain. So leave that blank. Disable auto upgrades. Now let's fill in the rest of these details. My email address, the title of our website, admin user you can leave as admin, and just enter your first and last name. Install now. That's all. WordPress has been installed. To log into the admin area, click on this link here. And log in. The screen you see here is the admin section of your WordPress website. It's basically everything you need behind the scenes to set up and control your website. First thing to do is just close off a few of these. Let's change our password to something more memorable. Go to Users, All Users. Click on the admin account we just created. enter your new password. And update. That basically replaces this password here. Now it would be a good idea to bookmark the URL here, yourdomain.com/wp-admin, because you will need to go there and log in to access this backend system every time you want to make changes to your website. Now let's see how far we've got. If you actually go to another browser and type in your domain, you'll see that your website actually loads up. The next step is to do some housekeeping, so just follow along with what I do, and then we'll install that awesome theme that we promised at the beginning of this video. So it's starting to take shape. I would like you to go into plugins, now if these two plugins are activated, the Mojo Marketplace and Supercache, I want you to deactivate them. Next, go into Settings and General. Place a www in front of your domain. The site title, just check that it's your business name, and tagline you can keep or remove. Save changes. This will prompt you to log in again. Next, go back into Settings, Permalinks. I want you to just confirm that your permalink structure is set to post name. Save changes. Next, I'd like you to go into plugins. Add new. Search for a plugin called Black Studio. This is the one we want here. Install now. Activate plugin. Now, of course, I'll show you how we're going to use these plugins when we set up our site in a second. Add another plugin. Search for Contact Form 7. Install. Activate. The next plugin is one called Disable Comments. Install and activate. Now just go down to the settings for the Disable Comments plugin. And here you can disable comments on posts, pages. Don't worry too much about that. Just hit everywhere. We want to disable comments across your whole site and save changes. There is one more plugin that I'd like you to install. If you look in the description below this video, you'll see a link to our website, to a page on our website. just go to that page. I'll bring it across here and look for the link to the Meta Slider plugin. Click on that and save it somewhere on your computer, somewhere you can access. Now go back here, add new, upload. Now we're just going to upload that plugin. And activate that one as well. Great, so the next thing we need to do is let's install the design that we showed you at the beginning of this video. Go to Appearance, Themes, now this one here is installed by default. Now depending on when you follow this tutorial, there may be a different theme installed by default, but that's fine. What you need to do is go back to that page on our website. Locate the link to Vantage theme. Click that and save that somewhere on your computer. Now go back to Themes, add new, upload theme. Now let's browse and find the Vantage theme and install. Activate. Now if we go to our website, that is what it currently looks like. So you can see we're getting a step closer to what we promised initially at the beginning of this video. And now I'll show you how to configure the details on your homepage. You can now close all the other tabs, just leaving the WordPress dashboard open. Next, I'll show you how to change the slider images on your website. These images here. A good suggestion to get your own images for your business is to take photos of your shop or products related to your business and then save them onto your computer ready to use. So back in your dashboard, if you correctly activated the Meta Slider plugin a minute ago, it will appear here. Click on that. Create your first slideshow. Here we'll add the photos that we have of our business. On this screen you can drag and drop images that you have stored on your computer. So I'll just do that from the other screen I have here, the one that you can't see. Alternatively, you can click Upload Files, then Browse and manually select the files on your computer. Once they're uploaded, click Add to Slider. Now on this screen you can drag and drop to arrange the sequence in which you want these images to appear. So say I would like this one to appear first, just simply drag and drop, and this one second. Here you can change the width and height of your slider image. I'd leave this one as 1080. Height I would leave as, say, 310. You can change that based on the images you have. Just muck around with it, feel free. Now it's important to set the theme to Vantage. There are a lot of other options here which I'm not going to take you through, but the one that you will probably use is the slide delay. So this is the number of seconds that the slide will appear for before the next one, and this is in microseconds, so 3000 means 3 seconds. So you can change that to say 4 seconds and click Save. Now going to Appearance, Theme Settings. In the tab called Home, scroll down and select the new slider which we just created. Save. Now we can have a look at our website to see what it looks like. And there you go. There are your slider images. You can play around with the settings, add new images, change the order in which you would like them to appear, change the height, and change the transition time. So there we go, we're one step closer. Now I'm going to show you how to edit these icons, or select the icons that you want, and edit these panels on your home page. So go back into your dashboard. Go to Home Page. Install Page Builder. Activate. Now go back into Appearance and Home Page. Flick this switch to on. Now what you see here is an absolutely awesome tool for you to be able to adjust the layout of your home page, and you'll soon see the power of this one tool here. Each one of these boxes correlates to these three here. This headline widget box correlates to this section here, and this area here correlates to this. First, what I'm going to do is delete what I don't need. So just follow along with what I do. Okay, so now we want to be able to, hang on, I'll just refresh the page. Okay, we want to be able to edit these boxes here. So if I click on Edit, the title correlates to the title here. The text correlates to this text over here. The icon, you can select from all these different icons, and you can just muck around with that through a bit of trial and error. That appears here. You can adjust the size of the icon. You can also adjust the position of the icon. The more text correlates to the text over here, and the link the user is taken to will be placed here. Okay, so let's set that up. If I just refresh to show you the icon location, there you go. So if I go back in, the first box, say I want it to be our products. Let's put in a brief description. For your icon, there are heaps of icons to choose from, so just muck around with it, trial and error. There are directional icons, branded icons, medical icons, and a bunch of other web icons. For now, I'll choose the thumbs up icon. I'll leave the position at the top and read more. Done. We'll come back to this more URL. I'll show you how to update that in a second. We'll actually need to create a page first, so then we can enter the link of that page so the user can be taken to that. So for now, click done. Cool. For the second box, okay, let's try that. And hit done. Now obviously with these icons you can just trial and error, just muck around with it, and you'll find one that fits your needs. And also if you're unsure about what you should put in these boxes, perhaps look at some of your competitors or just do a bit of research on the internet. I'm just using this as an example. For the third box, let's put in a contact us. And let's try the phone icon. Perfect. Now these links here don't go anywhere. I'll show you how to set them up. Back in your dashboard, we need to create a page for each one of our sections. So go down to Pages, Add New. We'll create one for our products. Now what you see here is a text editor. When you're in the Visual tab, you can basically use it like a Word document. You can bold things, italic, put in some bullet points, numbered lists, and also if you click on that little icon there, you can highlight and underline, change text color. So it's basically a easy to use text editor. Now, one more thing you can do is link to another page. So when you set up pages in your website, you can interlink between pages of your website. However, when you're in the text tab, that's all HTML code. So most of the time there's no need to use that. But there will be a couple of things I'll show you a bit later in this tutorial, such as when you're copying and pasting code for your Google map to show up, you'll have to do that in the text tab because that's the HTML code area. But for most part, you'll stick to the visual. So let's add some information here for your customers. Now I'll also add some dummy text, just for some filler text. And when you're happy with your page, hit publish. Just for your information, do you remember earlier in this tutorial we confirmed our permalink structure? Basically that indicates what our URL will be when we add pages. So the title of this is our products, the URL will be your domain.com/the page name. You can customize this if you need to. In most parts I usually keep this the same as the post title, but you can customize it. So let's see what our page looks like. There we go. That's what an inner page on our website will look like. You'll notice there is a sidebar here with random information. Don't worry about that. We'll get to that a bit later in this tutorial. For now, let's add our other two pages. And once again, I'll just add some dummy text. Hit publish. There you go. Now let's add our third page. On this Contact Us page, I'm going to show you how to add a contact form and map, but for the time being, let's just hit publish. We can come back later and edit that. So now we have the 3 pages set up which correspond to the 3 panels on our home page. So now all we need to do is copy the URL, go into Appearance homepage, go to the corresponding panel and edit the More URL and paste that in there. Now it's usually a good idea to link the title and the little icon to this URL as well, so it's easier for the user. Click Done. Do the same for the next 2. So edit. And save. Let's see what our site looks like. So now if a user clicks on the link, as you can see, they're taken to the corresponding page. And the beauty about this WordPress CMS that we're using is you can go back in and edit anything you need to at a future date. Nothing's set in stone, so you can feel free to experiment. The next thing I would like to show you how to add is the map and a contact area just under this section here. So going back into the dashboard, you can close all the other tabs. To add a new section on your home page, go to this tab here, Add Row, and I want to add 2 columns. What I'll do is I'll put a map, a dynamic Google map in this left area here, and some contact details in the right area here. Now remember how I said this is a really powerful tool for your website. What you can do is actually adjust the width of each area just by dragging like that. Now this is really powerful because you can make your home page look however you like. You can do the same for these tabs here if you wanted to. By the way, please remember to like this video if you think the information I'm sharing with you is useful. So I'll leave this at about there. Next, we want to add a widget. Let's add a text widget. Just drag and drop that into the left column there. And add another widget. Add the visual editor. And throw that in there. Let's edit this one first. Let's see what that looks like. Cool. I think I want this area to be slightly narrower, so I'll adjust that. Perfect. And that really is one of the advantages of this site builder tool for the Vantage theme. Next, I'll show you how to put in that dynamic Google map into the left-hand side area. Opening up a new browser, just search for Google Maps. Enter your exact business address in here. For now, as an example, I'll say Ocean Avenue, Santa Monica. You should put in your exact address. Then hit this little icon here. Share and embed map. Embed. Let's choose a custom size. Say 500 by 250. Then copy edit and paste the code in here. You can give that section a title such as Find Us. Hit done and save. Okay, so that's way too small. So let's go back into the Google Maps. Let's try 800 or 900. Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. That's exactly what I want. You can muck around with the map size, the height. Also, say you wanted to change the location of particular parts on your homepage. All you need to do is hold down this little icon here and just drag and drop. Now if you save that, there you go, easy as that. I hope you're now beginning to see how powerful this little tool right here is. I'm just going to move it back to where it was. Awesome, it's starting to really take shape now. The beauty of this map is that it's dynamic. So a user can basically come to it, zoom in, zoom out, and figure out how they're going to get to your business. It's not a static photo, it's a dynamic map, and it's really, really user friendly. It's a great user experience. Next, I would like to show you how to add some content in the footer area just here, if you want to, and also some content in the header area here. So going back to your dashboard, go into Appearance, Widgets. Let's start with the header. Drag and drop the Visual Editor tab into that box there. And let's put in a phone number. Hit save. So that will appear right here. If you wanted to, you could bold that. So it just stands out a little more. Another thing you could do is place a social media widget in that area. So if we scroll down and put this Vantage social media in there, what you would need to do is put your Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus page URLs into these sections here, and the icons will appear automatically on the home page. So I'll give you an example. And if you don't want one to appear, just leave it blank. And that's it there. You could even just delete the visual editor widget by hitting that delete button here, and that will get rid of this. So you could choose what you want, what you don't want, etc., etc. Next, let's configure the footer area. So let's drag the visual editor into there. Let's have a section called About Us. Now I'll place some dummy data into this. And there you go. Now the good thing about this is if you want more sections to your footer here, all you need to do is go in, add another tab, and that will show up there. If you add another tab, it will divide it in 3, and similarly, if you add 4 tabs, it will divide it into 4 sections. Also, you could also choose to add the social media widget into there as well. If you wanted to rearrange the order in which these appear, simply just drag and drop. Now when you refresh your page, that'll show up. So I'm just going to delete this one for now. Okay. The next thing I would like to show you how to do is create that custom menu which I showed you at the beginning of this video. It will be a drop-down menu and I'll show you how easy it is to do that. So go back into your dashboard. Before we add a custom drop-down menu, let's add a few more pages to our website to fill it out a bit more. So let's add new. Now let's just add for some sample products that we might have. If you want, you can add an image anytime you want by clicking Add Media, and you can upload files from your computer, or you can use images already in your media library. I can align that to center, and for now I'll add some dummy text. Publish. Let's say product 2. And a third. Now, if you remember from a few minutes ago, we had a page called Our Products. So let me just open that up. What I can show you how to do is link each one of the products to their corresponding pages. Now you can interlink your site however you see fit. I'm just using this purely as an example. If you want the link to open in a new tab or window, just tick that. And update the page. You'll see that now links to each one of the pages we just created. Okay. Now I'll show you how to add the custom menu. Click on Menus under Appearance. Name your menu. Create. What you see here is an interface for you to be able to control the top menu on your website. Okay, so if you have any links or pages which do not appear in this structure, just open up this tab here, enter a link, and enter a title for that link. That will be added to this menu structure. Now, to edit the menu structure, all you need to do is drag and drop. So, say I want our products to appear next to home, contact us to appear near the end, we can remove this duplicate home. And say I want each one of these products, 1, 2, and 3, each one of those pages to appear as a drop down under our products. All you need to do is drag and drop such that it is indented to the right. Do the same for the other two. Now, if you wanted a third level menu for any reason, all you need to do is drag and drop and indent to the right. One more thing we need to do is select primary menu, then save. Okay, now if we load our site, there we go, that's the new structure we have over here. If we hover over our products, you'll see the products underneath that in the menu structure appear, like so. I'm going to go ahead and change that a bit. And there we go. It's a lovely professional looking drop down menu that's easily configurable within this section right here, just by dragging and dropping. That's how easy it really is. Each one of the items will link off to their corresponding page. So it's extremely easy for a user to navigate your website. A bit later in this tutorial, I'll show you how to change the color of the panels when you hover over each one. I'll show that to you a bit later. For now, I'll show you how to get rid of these bits here and add a Facebook widget and possibly a map or a menu, something different, something more meaningful. Go back into your dashboard. Go down to Appearance and Widgets. Now these sidebar widgets correspond to these right here. So all you need to do is delete each one. And now let's add things that we want to appear there. We can add a custom menu, perhaps a calendar. We can choose the same menu that appears in the header, or we can create another menu using the same process I showed you before. Or we can place another version of the dynamic Google map for all the inner pages. To do that, we'd go into text, drag and drop where you would like that to appear. Using the same process I showed you before. So let's see what that looks like. There you go, starting to look good. I'd like to show you how to add a Facebook widget to the sidebar. Add a new text tab. Open up a new page in your browser and search for Facebook like box. What you'll need to do is enter the URL of your Facebook page. We'll use our emediacoach.com Facebook page as an example. Perfect. Hit get code. Now copy this first section here. Paste it in here. And also copy the second section. Press save. Now if you refresh that page, there we go. We've got our Facebook like box. Anyone can come to your site, hit the like button. Also, if you wanted to change the order in which these appear, once again, all you need to do is drag and drop. And once you refresh the page, that will take effect. For now, I'll get rid of this custom menu. Perfect, looks good. One thing I realize I really don't like here is the appearance of this image, and also the fact that if you click on it, it links off to the large image. Okay, so what I need to do there is edit page, click on that image, hit the edit button. Here you can choose whether to align left, center, right, and also the size of the image. I'm going to choose its full size. And also, I do not want it to link off to the actual image that's held on the database. So I'll select none. Your other options are to link an image to a custom URL, but for the time being, I'll leave it unlinked. And click Update. Update. Now when we view the page, that looks a lot better and the image does not link off. So that's looking great. You know what? We're just about done now. What I'll show you now are a few optional customizations which you might want to make to your website. Next, I'd like to show you how to add a contact form on the Contact Us section of your website. Currently, there's really nothing on it, but I want to show you an easy way for your customers to be able to contact you via an easy to use contact form. So go back to the dashboard. To add a contact form to your website, you'll remember earlier we installed a plugin called Contact Form 7. So if I just go to that, click Settings, don't worry too much about this. It just shows you the layout of the form: name, email, subject, message. In this Mail tab, ensure this is the email address which you want the form delivered to, so it would be your business email address. The email you receive will be in this format here. You can leave all that as default. If you want the form sent to another email address, fill out the fields here. I'll leave that unticked. And here you can edit the messages the user receives upon successful submission. I'll leave that default as well. Go back up, save. Now what I need you to do is copy and paste this entire tag, go to your contact page, now it's important that you go to the text tab and then paste that tag that we just copied. Update. Here we go. Here's our contact form. You can test that to ensure it works correctly. And this is from a customer's point of view. There's a notification here, the message was successfully sent, Now you can go to your email inbox and check that you received the message. And there it is there. Check your junk email folder just in case. When you click on that, you'll see the message, and also you'll be able to reply directly to the customer. So there you go. That's an easy way for you to set up a contact form on your website. Next, I want to take you through how to update the logo. So this area right here, you can update it with your own business logo. So back to your dashboard. You can first close all these other tabs we don't need. To change a logo on your site, go to Appearance, Theme Settings, the Logo tab. Here you can upload a business logo if you already have one. Just drag and drop the file from your PC. Just keep in mind that your logo should be a transparent PNG, which means a transparent background. If it's a white background, it won't really work because there's a slight difference between white and the actual background color of the header area on your website. So that's why it's got to be a transparent background. So simply drag and drop your logo and you can set logo. For those of you that don't already have a business logo, I'm going to help you out here. What I'll do on my web page is I'll put up a file with some sample logos. Feel free to use one of those. Go to a site called pixlr.com. Use the editor. Open image from computer. In my other screen here, which you can't see, I'm just going to go in and select a logo from one of the sample logos. You'll be able to download this file from our website, so just check the web page in the description below. Okay, I've selected a sample logo. Let's add in our business name. You can change the font if you want to, and also font size and color. Click OK. We can crop this to the desired size. And press enter. Now let's save this logo. File, save. Ensure the format is a PNG, transparent. The white and grey boxes in the background indicate that this is a transparent background, not a white background, and that's exactly what we need. Save onto your computer. Now go back to your theme settings and drag and drop or select that logo from your computer. After it uploads, set logo and save settings. Let's see what our site looks like. And that's it, we've got our logo. Of course, if you've got your own custom business logo, I suggest you put that in. If you are getting it made by somebody, ensure that they know it should be a transparent PNG so it blends in nicely. Next, I'll be taking you through a few options that are available with this design. Back into your dashboard, under Appearance and Theme Settings, go to the Layout tab. Responsive Layout. What is responsive layout? It basically means that the layout of your website will change depending on screen sizes. So that means if this is ticked, the layout will be scaled for mobile and iPad devices, making it easier for customers on mobile devices to view your site. Often web agencies charge thousands of dollars extra just to make a site responsive, but you get this as part of the Vantage theme. So I'd suggest keeping that enabled. Layout bound, currently it's at full width. If we change that to boxed, and refresh, that's what your site will look like. So it's up to you whether you want it full width or boxed. For now, I'll leave it as full width. In the Home tab, it's a good idea to keep this checked. It just means that the images on your homepage slider will stretch if they are smaller than necessary. In navigation, a sticky menu. If I disable that, it basically means the menu disappears as you scroll down the page. Whereas if it's a sticky menu, it will stick with the top of the screen. Search in menu. Currently this search is enabled, but if there's no need for search on your site, simply disable that. Display scroll to top. That's this little icon here. If you click that, it would go straight to the top of the web page. I suggest keeping that in. And that's it for the theme settings. Feel free to play around with that and choose what you think is best. The next thing I'd like to show you is how to change the color of these menu items when you hover over them. Because perhaps this color here doesn't suit your general business theme. So I'd like to show you how to change that color there. Go back into your dashboard. Click on Plugins. Add New. Search Custom CSS. Choose the first one on the list here, Simple Custom CSS. Install now. And activate. Now go up into Appearance, Custom CSS. In this text block here, copy and paste this CSS text that I show you. Now I'll make this available on our website on the web page, so you can just copy and paste. Look in the description below for that web page. It'll be on the same page as all the other resources I've mentioned throughout this video. So just copy and paste. What you want to change is this here. This is known as a hex color code. This number corresponds to a particular color. So if you open a new browser window and search for hex color codes, Look for a couple of code picker tools that are available. So as you can see, all these colors translate into a particular hex value. This one's pretty good, colorpicker.com. Let's try a dark green. When you're happy with your color, copy and paste just that bit there. Once that's updated, you can go back into your site and refresh. There you go, that looks great. And if you're not happy with that, obviously you could just go and muck around with any color you like. Trial and error until you get the color you like. I suggest you do not touch any of these here, just that there. And that's it. Just before we finish off with this video, I want to make a couple of small changes. I want to get rid of this social area. I want to show you how to add a custom background color to a boxed layout of this website. Plus, on the Contact Us page, I want to make this full width without this sidebar. Not for all the other pages, only for this contact page. And perhaps even add a large dynamic map. So to get rid of the social area, back into the dashboard, Appearance, Widgets, I'll delete that. Next, in Theme Settings, Layout, I'll change full width to boxed. Just to remind you, that means the website will look like this. Now I'll show you how to add a custom background color or a custom design. Go to Background. You can select a color. Save. There you go. Another option is to upload a background image. So if I go browse here, select image, I'm selecting a background image from my computer. There we go, and upload. I'll leave the position left, leave this as tile, and save changes. As you can see, the background that I've uploaded is a nice light grey texture. If you want this, I might actually make this available on our website. So if I refresh that, there you go. Looks really nice, professional and clean. Now to make a page full width, go into Pages, select the page you want to edit, in the template drop down, full width page, update. Now refreshing that, that's full width. It's gotten rid of the sidebar. Let's add a big dynamic map there. I'll make this one quite large. Make sure you're in the text tab, then paste. This will not work in the visual tab because remember the visual tab is a text editor. The text tab is where you paste any code. Update. And there you go. You can also enter some contact information here, back in the visual tab. There you go. Of course, if you don't want this contact form, you can remove that. You can just enter your email address. It's completely up to you. That's all there is to it. In the time it's taken you to watch this video, we've shown you step by step how to produce this professional business website. Something that if you went to a web agency, it would probably cost you a couple of $1,000s at least to have something like this implemented. It's got everything we promised. I urge you to please like this video on YouTube and also subscribe to our channel because we have other videos that would help you with your business site. If you have any questions on anything you've seen, please leave a comment below. The reason is there are probably other people with the same question and it would be great to help everyone at one time. So please don't be afraid to ask any questions in the comments below. And of course, please thumbs up this video on YouTube. Thanks very much for watching.